Protein is the most important nutrient, especially if we have excess weight to lose, if we're insulin resistant, or if we're diabetic. But here's the problem. Most people are not getting anywhere near enough. You might think you're eating enough protein, but the reality is you're probably not hitting the mark. But let's take a step back and talk about why protein is so important. For optimal health, everyone should be consuming at least 1 gram of protein per pound of their ideal body weight every single day. Yet most people are falling short of this target. One of the main reasons is because a lot of people are overestimating how much protein they're eating. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you what 30 grams of protein looks like across 10 of the best protein-rich foods. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what you need to eat to hit your protein goal every day. The first food we have is beef. Now, beef has been unfairly demonized in the past, but the truth is it's an excellent protein source and health food in general. The protein it contains is high quality, it's easy for our body to absorb, and it's also a complete protein source, meaning it contains all the essential amino acids we need in the right amounts. Just 4 ounces, or about 113 grams, of cooked beef will give you approximately 30 grams of protein. And not only is beef rich in protein, but it's also packed with essential nutrients like iron, zinc, selenium, and B vitamins. Now, here's an important tip. If you are eating beef, make sure to not trim the fat. The fat is good and it's beneficial for our health, and especially if you're insulin resistant. Because if you're insulin resistant, which most people nowadays are, your metabolism isn't functioning optimally. It's constantly searching for glucose for energy. And if you eat lean protein on its own, because the body is so reliant on glucose, and because you're not providing it any fat as an alternate fuel source, some of the protein will actually be converted to glucose, and this can cause a spike in blood sugar. Now, this won't happen for everyone. If you're metabolically healthy, then you can have lean protein and you won't see a spike. And even some people who are in the early stages of insulin resistance won't experience this. But regardless, when you include the fat, your body has the option to use fat for energy instead. And this is what we want to train it to do. Next up, let's talk about eggs. Eggs are an incredible source of protein and also healthy fat-soluble vitamins. But there's a catch. 2 eggs only provides about 12 to 14 grams of protein. And this, for some reason, has become the default serve. To hit that 30-gram minimum, you need to be having about 5 eggs. However, I know not everyone wants to eat 5 eggs at a meal. So the good news is that you can combine eggs with other protein sources to meet that 30 grams. Eggs have perfectly balanced macronutrients. The whites are nearly all protein, while the yolks are rich in those healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. And this combination is ideal for blood sugar control, if that's something you're focused on, which most people should be. So next time you're having eggs for breakfast, make sure you're eating enough of them, or you're pairing them with another protein source. Number 3, Greek yogurt. This is another fantastic food for boosting your protein intake. Greek yogurt has nearly twice the protein content of regular yogurt, which is why I recommend it specifically. Now, to get to 30 grams of protein, you need to have roughly 2 cups of yogurt. And this might sound like a lot, but again, if you mix it with other protein sources, if you incorporate it into your cooking, Greek yogurt can be a good alternative for making things, well, not even an alternative. You can use it to make tzatziki and things like that to boost your protein intake at other meals. Honestly, I could eat 2 cups of yogurt pretty easily, but just make sure you choose an unsweetened variation because you don't want that unnecessary sugar. Number 4, chicken. Chicken is a go-to protein source for many, and I understand why. It's versatile, easy to cook with, and rich in protein. Now, to get 30 grams, you need to have about 4 ounces, or 113 grams. And this is for chicken breast. If you're having chicken that's a little bit more fatty, so something like chicken thigh, you're gonna have to have a little bit more because there's more fat and a little bit less protein just based on weight. And again, you don't wanna be shying away from the chicken fat. You want to eat the skin. Chicken thighs with the skin are a great option because they provide not only protein, but the skin also provides collagen. Collagen is a type of protein that's essential for maintaining the health of our skin, hair, nails, joints, and connective tissue. As we age, our bodies produce less and less collagen. And this is why our skin starts to wrinkle. This is why sometimes our hair can fall out. It all comes back to less collagen as we age. So if we can get more in through our diet, this can help us to stay healthy and stay a little bit more youthful. Number 5, wild-caught salmon. Another fantastic protein source, which also comes with a lot of healthy fat. and omega-3s in particular. The omega-3 fatty acids, DHA and EPA, are crucial for reducing inflammation in the body, which can be beneficial for weight loss and insulin resistance. To get 30 grams of protein, you need about 5 ounces or 140 grams of salmon. Basically, a fillet of salmon and you should be good. Number 6, whey protein powder. Now, if you are finding it difficult to meet that 1 gram of protein per pound of your ideal body weight in protein every single day, then protein powder can be incorporated. Now, ideally, you do want to be getting most of your protein in from whole food sources, but I do understand that in terms of convenience and sometimes if you're having a hard time just being hungry for enough protein, that can be difficult. And in these situations, whey protein can be great. 1 scoop of high quality protein powder typically provides about 20 to 25 grams of protein. So you need about 1.5 to 2 scoops in order to hit that 30 gram mark. However, not all protein powders are created equal. You want to make sure you're getting one that doesn't have any artificial sweeteners, that doesn't have any added sugar. Basically, the fewer ingredients, the better. A brand I really like is Equip. I will put a link to it in the description box down below. I believe that one's only available in North America. There is one in Australia, which Bear Blends. That's a good one as well. I'll put that down below too. Now, if you are considering a plant protein powder, you're better off just saving your money. Plant protein is not as bioavailable as whey protein is. Basically, if you're having a plant protein that says it has 30 grams per serve, you're probably only able to absorb about 15-ish grams of that protein, so you need to consume a lot more. There are other downsides to it as well. I did a video a couple of weeks ago on why I don't recommend, or actually it was a podcast episode, on why as a nutritionist I don't recommend beans and legumes as a protein source, and that kind of ties in here. So I'll link that up above if you want to know a little bit more about why I don't recommend these for protein. Number 7, shellfish. And I'm talking shrimp, oysters, and scallops, which are all excellent sources of protein. And although these are a little bit leaner, they are still good. Just make sure you're adding fat. You can add a nice grass-fed butter or something along those lines, and olive oil. To get 30 grams of protein, you'll need about 6 ounces or 170 grams of cooked shrimp. Shellfish are extremely high in other micronutrients as well, one of which is selenium, which is vital for proper thyroid function, and zinc, which plays a key role in hormone production and immune function. Oysters in particular are one of the richest sources of zinc. Number 8, pork. Another one that gets a little bit of a bad rep, but when it's sourced properly, it can be a great addition to a healthy diet. A 4 ounce or 113 gram serving of cooked pork tenderloin will provide you with about 30 grams of protein. Now, quality is key when it comes to pork. Pasture-raised pork is a lot lower in inflammatory omega-6s, and this is what you want to look out for. Now, if you're in Australia and you're looking for a good place to buy pork, I highly recommend checking out ButcherCrowd. ButcherCrowd is a meat delivery service that brings 100% grass-fed and finished beef and lamb, pasture-raised chicken and pork, and wild-caught seafood straight to your door. They have several boxes to choose from and also the option to build your own. I've been using ButcherCrowd for years now and I can't recommend them enough. The convenience, obviously great, but the quality of the food is really why I love them. You can check them out by heading to healthcoachkait.com/butchercrowd. I'll put that link down below as well. And make sure to use code KATE15 at checkout to save 15% off your first box. Moving on to number 9, we have lamb, a highly underrated protein source that's very high in nutrients. Along with being a great source of protein, lamb is rich in stearic acid, a type of fat that can help accelerate weight loss. It's also one of the richest non-seafood sources of omega-3 fatty acids and a good source of iron and creatine, which are essential for energy production and muscle health. To get 30 grams of protein, you need to have about 4 ounces or 130 grams. And like beef, don't trim the fat. The fat is good. The fat is where the beneficial stearic acid is. And finally, number 10, we have kangaroo, which I know this might catch some of you off guard, but it's actually very common here in Australia. Kangaroo is a red meat, but unlike beef or lamb, it's actually very lean. It's something like 99% protein. You need to have about 3 ounces of it in order to meet that 30 grams. Now again, to reiterate, because kangaroo is so lean, you really need to make sure you're getting it with enough fat. You can do this by cooking it in some olive oil or serving it with a side of avocado or some roasted nuts. And there you have it. Those are 10 of the top foods you can eat in order to reach your protein goals. Remember, protein isn't just about building muscles. It's about keeping your blood sugar stable, supporting hormone function, and maintaining a healthy immune system. So make sure you're eating enough of it, and make sure you're prioritizing quality. Now, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what your most consumed protein source is. Are you going to make any changes to how much or what types of protein you're eating after watching today's video? Let me know down below. And if you're in Australia, remember to check out ButcherCut. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.